Hello, hello, and welcome to Fable 42, where we build community through friendship, gaming, and chaos. You are watching the Siphon of ValdurPole, and this is a charity stream. It is a D&D 5e charity for the Color of Change. We are building funds for them. They are a fantastic cause, and I am so happy to be here with all these amazing people to help bring attention and awareness to this cause. Before we go around our virtual table to introduce our amazing players tonight, I have just a couple of announcements. Griffin Co. Thank you so much. What you will see here tonight and from our other shows are all printed by Griffin Co. So thank you, Griffin Co. They are an amazing printing company and an even more amazing family, and we love them, Griffin Co. Also, I like to say thank you to Critical Dice for their sponsorship with us. We have a coupon code. If you go to criticaldice.com, they have tons of dice, of course, but they have other gaming apparel that you would love. I know I do. There's this one mask that's kind of like, that's a mimic mask. Oh my God, I need it. But anything that you purchase that is non-subscription items, you can type in Fable42 in the coupon code and get 20% off. So check out Critical Dice. Thank you. And now we can go around our table to introduce everyone. Let's start with, where's my setup? There we go. Chelsea.
Hi, I'm Chelsea, aka Chelsea Bites, and I stream on Twitch Monday through Friday. And we really have the pleasure today to join these wonderful people on this panel, and we are playing Jairus, an Onyx Lionfolk Barbarian, and it's gonna be a ride because I've never played a Lionfolk before, nor a Barbarian, so I'm excited to kind of break in this character.
And not only are you a barbarian, you are like the barbarian. You are
The
a tank.
barbarian.
A tank.
Yes, my pronouns, me, are she, her, and the pronouns for my character are he, him.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We're going to go to Luke.
Howdy. My name is Luke, and I have a YouTube channel called Nerdcraft HQ, where I build a bunch of cool things and paint miniatures for D&D and other war games and other stuff like that. And today, I'm going to be playing Tamarack. He's a golden dragonborn of vengeance and a devout follower of Bahamut.
Excellent, excellent. We are going to go now to Sid.
Hi, I'm Sydney Adams. You can find me at Rainy_Fro. I am a game designer from Wizards of the Coast, and I will be playing Riot Riptorn. Riot is a very hardcore, chaotic, good tiefling warlock, very heroic, pretty much only became a hero because she lost a bet to Jairus, and always on the brink of committing crimes, but ultimately does the right thing. So, expect a lot of really bad catchphrases coming from Riot.
Next up, we have Solani.
I'm Solani. I am at Mistress Verse on Twitter and Twitch, and I am usually DMing for Plot Hunters on Saturdays and playing with Indoor Recess on other days. And I am playing Skaya, who is a Aasimar fighter who I completely based off of Beto from Genshin Impact because I'm obsessed with that game right now. So she is a former pirate who is hard drinking, fun loving, and just real chill.
Excellent, thank you. And last but certainly not least, Gabe.
Hi, I'm Gabe James Games across the internet. I'm a cosplayer, game designer, and voice actor. And today I am playing the human ranger, Vindiriro. I'm excited to go into this character with all of you and see what happens. Although I won't be near you, I never need to.
Excellent. And I am GW, your humble DM for tonight. I hope to give you quite the challenge and a whole bunch of fun coming your way. Before I start, I just want to say that our goal is $1,000 for Color of Change. I believe we're only about 200 away. I think we're right now at 805. I'm not sure, but I'll be periodically reminding you because my players will need it. They're awesome. I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're gonna need it. Thank you. All right. So as we come in, you all have been traveling together for quite some time. I want to say maybe a month and some change. You all found yourselves in different paths that just happened to link up, and you've stayed together because you've been a very close bond. I'm not going to say family per se, but you're really close. You can count on each other when you're in need. Um, you have been traveling the road for days. You just came from a city south of you. You had many, many different ordeals there, and you're tired, drained, and you're just enjoying the ride. You're on the path to the Kingdom of ValdurPole. You know ValdurPole to be a most beautiful city, grand and gorgeous, and one of the largest kingdoms on the continent. You've heard poems, you've sung songs that were inspired by ValdurPole. It is somewhat a city of love. There are many races there. It's just a melting pot of culture and art, music, and love. You can't wait to get there. You've just heard so much on this road. And coming from the city that you just left from, it was rough. It was a rough town, so you're really ready to let your hair down, so to speak, and enjoy all what the city has to offer. And right now, you are on the road. You are, I'm gonna say, a couple of miles away from the city. You're starting to see different peaks coming from the forest beneath it. You know that you're getting close. On this this cart, who's driving, and where is everyone kind of situated on the cart? Like, so let's start with who's driving the cart.
Is it moving slow enough to where I could walk beside it? I'm a walker.
It might be Riot. Riot has vehicle proficiency.
Okay, so as we kind of zoom in, if you will, on Riot, who is handling the horses on this most gorgeous day, there's not a cloud in the sky, there's birds chirping, there's this grand area of grass, and on the outskirts there are beautiful trees of multicolored green, pink, purple. It's a very magical sight. As we check out Riot, who's handling the horses, tell us, what do we see as we look at Riot?
Riot has not at once put anything other than gas on this. You know, Riot's just trying to get to the location and is just driving very fast around corners, but everybody's holding on, so it's fine.
I'm definitely holding on to the back. Critiquing
you know how
Riot's,
I drive.
Skills, yeah.
I'm gonna get you there in record time.
Excellent. Before we move on to our burly onyx lion who's walking beside the cart, everyone gets one supreme healing potion.
Ooh,
thank you so much for your donation. Remember, you have that potion because it's gonna come in. And so now we go to our onyx lion folk walking beside the cart. What do we see when we look at them?
Before Riot turns into a madman, I am walking beside the cart with black fur, and it tonates from grays and almost like they're just hints and themes going on. It looks almost like a beautiful pattern, but I try not to look at myself too hard in the mirror because I'm quite beautiful. But it's covered by a nice black gleaming armor, almost very intricate leatherwork that looks as though it shines like metal. And of course I'm wearing all of my different hand axes and things, all of the things that a barbarian would need for any sort of threat. And yes, I may sound very charismatic, very smooth, but I tend to lose my temper very easily, so I look very pleasant right now. I look very approachable for an onyx lion folk, if you will. But yes, just having pleasant conversation as Riot maneuvers this card. We'll call it that, maneuvers.
Yes, yes. I can guess I can give a little more detail. Riot looks like they stepped straight out of the movie Escape from New York. They are wearing all black, and they have very bright crimson skin and, golden eye glitter.
Ooh.
And they just always have rings on them, and they're pretty much just driving this cart one-handed, standing while they're doing it, because sitting is for quitters. Riot is very intense, but very loyal, very loyal.
Jairus is very impressed with this display.
So as we go from Jairus's tail just kind of wagging behind him, we come to Vinley. Vinley, where are you in the cart, and what do we see when we look at you?
Oh, I am reclining. I am comfortable. I am probably taking up too much space. If sitting is for quitters, then I quit. Like, there is a beautiful red tone to the armor, to the leather armor. But it's actually probably got a little bit of a different tint to it because his leather armor is made out of mushroom leather rather than animal leather. You see that his long bow that he probably like keeps on his chest has like an adornment of vines around it, and he's kind of just humming a tune to himself, looking around and thinking like, oh, wonder what that tastes like. Probably something that's not actually edible. And he's a human, just keeping that in mind. So he should not just be eating strange things.
Excellent. Thank you so much. As you're sitting there, as you're just relaxing, we move to the next. And before I say who, you all get another healing potion.
Oh my gosh.
And Riot, you get an additional healing potion.
Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Riot
all
is
for
going to
your
be
donation.
reckless.
I feel like out of everyone, you may need them the most.
Jairus feels emboldened.
Yeah,
So-
Riot just turns and looks at Vinley, just relaxing, and is like, "Are you surveying the area like we agreed, or are you...
Sure.
Whatever? Anything comes in our path, we'll just run it over." Shh.
600 feet.
All right, Skaya,
Yes.
when we come upon you, where are you in this cart, and what do we see when we look at you?
I have got my back to Riot, as I usually do. I'm like the secondary driver, and Riot took over because I've been sober for way too long, and I'm just not feeling it right now. You know, if you're gonna be driving on land, you gotta have some drinks in you. Skaya is pretty tall. I would say that she's probably close to 6 feet tall. She is actually, I don't know if Awesome are taller than that, but she's tall. She has waist-long black locks that are adorned with gems and gold, and she has an eye patch over one eye, a great sword that she is basically just resting her arm on, and she's reclining back, and she just has her foot up a little bit too close to Vinley. Don't know if he's comfortable with that, but she don't care.
Yeah. It's vibing. He's like, yeah.
And she's you see her taking a swig from a flask that has been empty for too many days, and it's just a force of habit.
Excellent. As we move to you before we reach our final member, I want to say thank you to everyone. We have hit our goal of 1,000. Woo!
Yes, amazing.
Thank you. With this being for the color of change, we're always changing for the better. We're going to bump our goal now to our stretch goals, which is going to be 1,500. If we hit 1,500, we're going to have a giveaway for a physical D&D book of your choice. Right now, in celebration for hitting our goal, we're doing another raffle for a video game giveaway.
Ooh.
Dice. dice. This one's for dice. Nice.
Shiny
Dice.
team.
So put in raffle in the chat to get your chance to win some critical dice. Thank you all. And now we go to our final team member. Very important as all the rest. Tamarack, where are you in the cart, and what do we see when we look at you?
With Vinley's boots at his back, kind of precariously nudging, and Riot to his right, ripping down the road, you can find Tamarack at pretty good attention, kind of scanning the horizon. He's wearing these beautiful dark blue robes that are adorned with silver embroider of Bahamut herself that kind of drape around from the front to the back. And underneath that, you can get a glimpse of the pristine, clean chainmail that he's wearing. And he's got 2 scimitars that are sort of tucked in between his legs, just ready if he needs them, scanning the horizon. Probably more stoic than he should be with the way that the cart is ripping down the road.
Excellent.
And he's a golden dragonborn, I should mention that.
Thank you.
Beautiful golden talons.
Our beautiful golden angsty boy. Glad to have you. So as you're all just kind of trekking along, kind of, getting closer and closer to the city, you can see the peaks starting to come through a little bit more. This time is yours. Do what you wish.
How long until we get there, Riot? I need a drink. I need one now.
If you want, I can shave off another 5 minutes.
Do it. Go for it.
It would
Maybe
be
drink
really
water.
hard for me to keep up if you keep up with this drive.
Get in the cart. We can
Yeah,
wait
just
for you.
get in the cart.
I've
No.
been riding in the cart forever. Let me stretch my legs. I feel free out here in this wonderful weather.
We'll stretch them longer. Let's go.
Then you'll be free to run alongside as we pick up the pace.
I have
What Tammy
Tamarac's
said.
blessing. Yeah! Shh.
I wonder
Picks
how
it up,
fast-
kicks it in 5th gear.
I wonder how
As-
fast I can keep up. I'd love to
as-
try to keep up.
As you do that, the horses start just taking off, just faster,
Riot
faster.
starts laughing maniacally.
How fast can you move, Jairus?
About 35. The last time I checked, I will recheck. Oh, 45. I was just 10 off.
That's a lot.
You're
Yeah.
running alongside the horses.
You're running and you're running. You're feeling good about it, and then the horses start to kind of like gain and go further, and you're moving further back, and you're like now like, would you, in a desperate need to kind of prove yourself or to catch up, would you go on all fours, or would you just stay with your 2 feet?
Oh, yeah, we definitely go on all fours.
All
That's what
fours.
Oh, I
this is
see how
for.
this is. You're not gonna beat me this time. First
Oh.
one who gets there is paying for the rounds.
I'm gonna need Skaya, Tamarack, and Vinley to make a dex save for me, please.
Oh my gosh.
As this happens out of nowhere, the cart just yanks and pulls off for you. You're gonna have to hold on to something as these two are just racing each other.
This guy got a 12.
21.
15.
Okay, so you all are you're somewhat new to this. You know how riot can cause riots, pretty much. So you quickly hold on to something. Skya, you almost kind of like get pulled back, but I'm gonna say Tamarack grabs you, pulls you back in. Like you guys like look at each other and kind of like roll your eyes because like riot, of course. And of course you hear the kind of growling and roaring of Jairus beside you, like you know what's going on right now.
That's the spirit, Jairus.
You know, this is nothing but sport. I used to run these lands back when I was a cub.
When I was a kid, I was just mostly into staring at fire.
What the hell is wrong with you two?
I'm just a runner. I wasn't fascinated with something that brings pure destruction and death, but okay.
It can also be used for cooking and, being able to see at night. Excuse you.
I can breathe
Continue
fire.
What
to
were you
burn your
into, Finley?
eyeballs.
What were you into, Vinley, as a kid? Or were you just born this way?
I
I don't really
climbed
know much about
trees.
humans.
I didn't stare at fire or run around plains like a giant cat. They're trees.
So you think it's more normal to climb trees than it is to embrace the elements?
Yes.
I think you have a very strange relationship with the elements.
Look, you know what this is, all right? You've known me for a long time. Skya, tell him.
I still question.
Hey,
Skya
have
is-
I ever burnt down a building with you in it? Once. Only once. And we were all fine, and I knew you were already close to the entrance.
I feel a did you die following up this.
Well, we're all here, aren't we?
Sky is feeling very queasy. I don't have my land legs yet, and this is not the same as being on sea.
What the?
Do you want me to make it rock more so it'll feel like you're on the ocean?
It's just bumpy. Make it smooth.
Don't
You
worry.
want me to pave the road?
Yes.
Ripped
yes,
Riot
please.
releases the reins and kind of throws them at Skya, and then tries to stand and land on one of the horses.
All right, I'm gonna need a dex check from Skya to grab the reins, and I'm going to need a I'm gonna call it dex 2 from you, Riot, to see if you can perfectly kind of jump and hold balance on one of the horses.
I got a 15.
15s. Yeah, Riot throws it, you grab it, and you kind of like, and you're like ready. Like this has happened before. Like
I got this.
I got a 17.
17. I'm gonna say you do like a nice like cartwheel flip and like go on one of the horse's back, and it's perfect balance. But the horse wasn't expecting this. I'm gonna need you to roll an animal handling check to see if this horse
Is cool with it.
is cool.
Got 14.
All right. So when you land, the horse and then it keeps running, but it looks back at you, and it's almost if a horse could roll its eyes, it just rolled its eyes at you and kept trampling along forward.
Good death.
Here
Good
we go.
death. And she just pets her horse, which is named Death. And it's like, all right, I've never done this before, but if you want a smooth road, I could blast it.
With what?
Eldritch of Blast, of course. Is anyone going to stop her from Eldritch blasting the road?
Sky is not.
I don't think that would make the road any smoother.
What? I mean, you blow away all of the rough parts and it becomes a smooth road. Isn't that how you make roads?
No shovels.
I have no persuasion. I could try to seeing my friends clearly in some sort of just maniacal danger. I could try to like stop the cart or slow it. I'll tell Sky, yeah, Sky, slow the cart.
It won't take much as a meta note to stop her. If you don't want her to do it, she won't. She's
Sky,
doing it
yell,
because she thinks this is helping
I yell,
Skya.
Skya, just slow the cart.
I will slow it down reluctantly. Y'all are no fun.
Wait, what? What?
So
Why are
with-
we going slower?
So with all this chaos happening, Tamarack, what is going through your mind right now?
Very curious to see what would happen if the road was eldritched, but that's okay.
Not very
just gonna-
fond of my fur being blown up.
Well, if you just get in the cart, you won't be in danger. We're always back to
highly
square
doubt
one
that.
with you.
highly doubt that I'd be in any less danger in the cart.
And with that said, you all get another regular healing.
My gosh. So you can, like, we can get hurt from this and we'll be fine. We got plenty of potions.
Why'd you say that? Now we're dead.
Just to clarify, the potions we got before were also regular. They weren't supreme, correct?
The first one was a greater.
First one was greater,
Mm-hmm.
second was supreme, and then everything subsequently is regular.
Correct.
All right, awesome.
And we've got 3 or 4.
One greater, one supreme, and I think 2 regular.
Got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So, as you all continue on, deciding if you want to Eldritch Blast or not the road, you just keep moving. You finally reach the Kingdom of ValdurPole. You've been excited for this. You've heard so much. You walk in and you expect music. You expect people to be laughing and joy and just the strength of community. Everything that you've ever experienced of this place just spoke of so much. You get there and the city is gorgeous with its beautiful peaks. It's, grand colors of trees and inlays of buildings. It's a gorgeous sight, but something's off. You're not really feeling that good. There's a tension within you that you can't explain. When you ride up to the gates, the grand doors to let you fully into the kingdom, you come across guards that kind of like look at you sideways. What are you here for? What do you want?
Booze, and maybe a place to sleep.
Yeah, and some food while we're at it.
Food's good
What's
too.
to you?
They look at you all up and down. They're generally just kind of a regular human guard. They look at this very colorful and interesting, unique party, and they say, "You got money?
Duh.
You can afford the things in here?"
What makes you think that we can't?
Do we look any different than any of your other citizens? I thought this was a town for all.
They look at each other, and they kind of look back to you. Fine, go in. Don't make any trouble. And they hit their spears on the ground, and the gates begin to open.
That was quite rude.
Riot goes and sits down next to Skaya and is like, I'm gonna go back for them.
So am I. I'm in.
As you all kind of walk past and you bring in the cart, they do kind of give you like this side snarling look of distrust. And when you walk further into the kingdom, you don't feel the positivity. People in the streets are arguing and like kind of glaring at each other. People are kind of throwing things at one another. You just happen to see someone stumble out of a shop. They walk out as, this kind of, this man hits the ground. This kind of older, bulkier woman like comes out. You stay out, Vigil. We don't need you around here. You never buy anything. We don't want you here. You stay out. Don't come in here anymore. This is a place of business. And then he like gets up and like kind of rubs off his pants. Well, Marjorie, I didn't want to buy anything in there anyway. All your stuff is shit. You don't know how to make shit anyway. He starts to walk off. As you get further into the city, you see kids running, but they're not playing. One trips and falls, and the other kids like kind of like jump on them and like pull them apart. It's a group of boys and girls, and there's this one girl who has a dolly, and she trips and falls, and they run up and they grab it like, this is mine, like this doesn't belong to you, this is mine. Like, no, my mommy got it for me, it's mine. Well, now it's mine. Come on, give up your dolly. Why are you being like this? Give it up, it's not for you anyway. And they take the doll, and the girls start to kind of like fight over it, and they're pulling the doll, and one of the boys like go over and like take off the head of the doll. I'll take this piece. And the girl on the ground, she's just kind of crying as pieces of her doll are kind of like thrown back at her, and all the kids kind of like run away and just kind of like fight amongst themselves.
I walk up to the boys. That's no way to treat a lady.
She's not a lady. She's just a little girl who whines all the time.
And what does that mean for young boys to go and torment such a young child? I thought you were raised better than that. You need to apologize.
You're not my dad. And by the way, when you see these kids, this is all these kids are of different cultures and backgrounds. There are tieflings, there are humans, there are tabaxi. It's a very mesh of a group, but they all just seem to be at each other's throats. And when they say that to you, you're not my dad. You don't tell me what to do. It was actually
Kid thing.
a normal kid thing. And then the tabaxi kid like comes up behind him, and he looks at you. And you know from your lion folkness that he's trying to bulk up. You're not. I don't care if you're bigger than me. I'll fight you.
Riot is gonna go beside. She's gonna go beside Jairus, and she's going to cast Thaumaturgy. She's going to make her voice boom 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
There it is.
And she's just going to look at these kids like she doesn't see them as kids. That kind of look. And she's just going to be like, drop it now.
They have to cover their ears because you're so loud. Your voice is booming through many blocks.
Do I have to save for that?
Actually, because of your ears, yes, you do.
Of course.
It's going to be a wisdom save.
Okay, cool. Let's see how wise I am. Yes, natural 20.
80!
You're used to it. You're used to this.
So used to this.
Right, just like, drop it if you want me to stop.
Good old Riot, putting down the foot.
It's almost like you were prepared for it. Your ears, like the second she walks up, your ears go from up to down, just kind of prepping into your fur. And the kids are yelling, fine. And they throw the pieces of the doll at Tamarack. One hits your face, one hits your gut, and they're throwing them at you. And they all look at the group, they go, and they all.
You better hope I don't find your parents, because I'm going to beat them up in your place.
My mom and dad could beat you up any day. And they run off.
Tell them I'll be at the tavern.
I'm sure your parents drink. Oh God. That's really funny.
And now that you're fully in this town and you can see the great tapestry of the different cultures here, you do sense that you feel like everyone's against everyone. It was the stories that you've all heard were lies. This is the complete opposite. This isn't fun. This isn't stressless. This is toxic. This time is yours. What do you choose to do in this city?
Bad vibes, y'all. Bad vibes. Not feeling this town.
Yeah, something's wrong.
Do I see a tavern anywhere?
As you walk on and you look at different signs here and there, you do see that there is a tavern just a couple of blocks away that's easy to get to.
Thank goodness.
Are you down for a fight? Because I think if we enter that tavern, they're probably going to pick one.
Is Tamarack muted?
No, I think it was just too soft.
Okay. Just making sure. I couldn't hear you, friend.
Always ready for a fight.
Finley, are you awake?
Are we the bad guys in this situation?
I think the town is the bad guys. Let's be honest.
But we've been here 5 minutes and you're assuming the town is bad. But is there not an assumption something is causing it?
Maybe. But we just saw a kid destroy a doll. We're worse than that.
Don't be proud of that. It's if we go looking for a fight and we cause more problems, that's literally making more questions for us.
I never said we're looking for a fight. I just said we're prepared.
Hey, who would...
Finley, come on. I know you're tired of all this peace.
No,
It's
No.
boring.
boarding is safe.
We can be safe tomorrow. Let's go to the tavern.
I would like to stretch my legs in a tavern and eat, and I don't mind a fight.
I
It
put
might be
my foot up,
fun.
and I take about 15 steps behind everyone when they start moving. Because when something goes wrong, I don't know those people.
So as you all move along to the tavern, you're still seeing people arguing left and right. You know, people. You see a lady kind of throwing a some potted flowers out the window and just hitting one of the guards. And she goes, "That's what you get. You don't do anything." And she closes her window, and the guard like looks up and looks at the fellow guards and like points his finger, and they all go and like storm the house straight in. Like, "Hey, no, get off of me! I do what I want to do what I want. You're being withheld. You're being withheld." And every couple of steps, there's just something new. There's names being yelled out. People are closing the doors, locking them, different things. You start to see the tavern, but I need you all to make a intelligence saving throw.
Oh, no.
4.
Excellent.
13.
Nice.
A 9 for me.
Great.
Got a 3.
Excellent.
12.
Nice. So you all fail. So as you're walking, you all kind of hear this subtle ringing in your ears, like that slight ringing you hear when there's this utter silence in your ears. It's like someone is playing on a glass filled with water, that certain sound. And you all hear within your heads, hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
My
Yeah.
tinnitus is talking to me?
Yeah, I can hear you. This is different than the normal voices.
Why we like this?
You can hear it too, can't you, Vinley?
Sadly.
Not so much different than the rest of us.
You all are new in town, yes? Yes? You all are new? You just
Yeah.
It's still
Probably
happening.
too new.
you must get out of the streets. Get out of the streets. Come here. Come here. Trust me.
Where
Get
are
out.
you?
Where's here?
There is here. Good question.
Follow my voice. And when you hear that, you start to hear this entity's voice coming from like different areas, but then all of a sudden it's just coming from one. And it's telling you to go into an alley.
All right, who's ready for an ambush?
I'm ready.
This guy's got her greatsword.
This seems like a bad idea, but I'm here for it.
All right, I
And
guess
Dax
we'll
is
go.
at the ready.
Anybody
Just hang in
against
the
it?
back. It's all right.
Oh, we're dead. We're so dead.
Come on, Vinley. We've kept you alive this long.
What you mean we? I can shoot from 600 feet away. I did this myself.
And
So
you're
then
all,
you shouldn't be so scared.
and you're all saying this like as you're walking through this alley, and the voice is like, yes, keep following, trust me, and stay out of sight. You don't want anyone to see you. Come. And you just kind of keep following that voice, like kind of different alleyways. And sometimes the voice says like to pause, like, stop. And like you hear footsteps of something, or you hear a crash. It slows down. Okay, come. And so you keep on going through kind of like almost this maze of alleyways. And you hear, almost there, come on, almost there, come. When you come out of the alley, you see before you this home. It is not quite a manor. It's you can tell it's big and spacious, but at the same time, it's modest. And you see kind of like a sign above the home, and it says the Sage of ValdurPole.
A sage.
Knock, knock.
The second you kind of pull up your fist to knock, the door opens.
That's uncomfortable.
Is it dark inside?
No, there's light in there. There's like lamps and things. It's still during the day, and it is pretty well lit, so it looks normal. And when you look through the home, through the door, you can see there's like 3 levels, and you see like books and certain things. You see tables and things on your first glance. Do you choose to go in?
I walk in and I say, "Hello. Where is that voice coming from?"
Hello. Where is that voice coming from? Your voice echoes.
What sorcery
Through the
is
house.
this?
Come upstairs. Come. The door closes behind you, and you hear upstairs as you look up, like this, like kind of like little man, kind of like waving over the banister. Come up, and like
Why
runs.
can't you come down in your own home? What's wrong with you?
You hear nothing back,
I
and it's
go.
like the psychic link ends.
Did we see him?
You saw him on the banister, kind of like saying come, and then he ran away like further up. He's on the 3rd floor.
Who wants to go
Going up.
first?
I'm gonna go first.
I will also go
Vinley.
first.
Going first. Okay.
I just want to die first if that's what happens.
Then
we'd
I
never
will
let
die
you die.
along Vinley.
Oh, guys.
So
Let's go.
So as you all gather and you kind of go up the different flights of stairs, you see very interesting things. You see kind of floating books. You see kind of things writing themselves down on paper. You see interesting vials and things floating within them. You can definitely tell that this person is very well read, very magical in nature, and kind of nervous. You don't know why. As you make it up to the 3rd floor, you clearly see this old gnome man, like at this huge table. It's kind of like a map, and there's kind of like different crystals, and they're all slightly glowing and kind of like moving around the map. He's a very old gnome man, long gray hair. He has large ears and a large nose, and he wears robes of blue and silver. I'm so happy you came. And he kind of like runs down and like comes to you. I have something to show you. I'm so sorry. I know you're new in town, and you probably expected something, but right now there's something going on, and I need your help. I'm not strong enough to do it on my own. Come. And he kind of like brings you to this table that he's been kind of like doing a magical scry map thing on. Do you follow?
First of all,
Hold
breathe.
on. Yes.
Breathe.
How did you know when we got here?
I know everyone that comes in and out. Some people don't go out, they come in, but some people don't go out, and I'm trying to fix it. There's something wrong in the city, and I just need help. I can't do it by myself. The king and queen, if I don't figure this out, something's bad's gonna happen. I need your help.
Okay. Can you be a little more specific about how we can help you?
Yes. Firstly, it's very nice to meet you all. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Belton Gearmick, and I'm the sage of the city, and I do what I can to protect it and help it. But recently, things have been going horribly wrong. It's been like this way for months now. At first, it was just fine, a couple of arguments here and there, but it's just gotten worse. This is kind of worse, and I need help. And I've been looking on this map. You see this map? And he like goes on the map and he kind of like lays it all out, and you still see like the crystals moving and everything. I've been trying to figure out where the energy is coming from, and I think I've found it. The biggest crystal right here. This is where all the negativity is kind of pivoting from. All the other crystals are certain siphons of their own, but this one is the biggest one, and it's almost as if, I don't know, something is leeching it. It's the same as leeching it as bringing more into it. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I can't go there alone. I can't go there alone. And it's I think I found that it's going into the sewers under the town.
Skya, you're enlightened. Can you please translate for us?
I'm enlightened.
Yeah.
Thank you. Crystals, bad, doing things to the city. Where did these come from?
Are you
Did they
asking
just
for the
appear?
crystals?
I'm asking him about the crystals. Like, did they just appear?
Oh no! I've always had these crystals. These are things I use to find things, to kind of scry the city or the world. And right now I've been scrying for this very negative energy that's been affecting the city, and I think I've found it where it's coming from, and it's coming from some
so
kind
the
of
energy's
sewer
not
in the
coming.
city.
The energy's not coming from the crystals, but the crystals are to detect where the energy is coming from.
Correct. And it's very strong energies. I can't go down there. I can't leave the city. I'm doing all that I can right now to suppress certain powers, but I'm getting weaker by the day, and the power is getting stronger by the day, and I'm doing what I can. I need some help. You all seem very strong.
If we go down there, what's the guarantee that we're not going to be affected just like everybody else?
Excellent question. And he turns around and like runs to one of the bookcases and like takes this this kind of golden item with like a chain on it, and it comes to you, and he opens his hand so you can see it. It looks like a compass, and then it pops open, and there's kind of like this spark, and you kind of see like this kind of ghostial orb come out, and it's kind of put in different directions or whatever, and it stops on one. This is a magical compass. It can help you on your way. It can guide you to exactly where you need to go underground.
But will it protect us?
It has certain properties. It can tell you when danger is near, when danger is close. It can give you a heads up in a way, a sort of foresight.
So why aren't you affected then, as the rest of the town is?
As the sage, I've been using many magics to protect myself and to suppress the negative energies from the city.
You
A
mentioned the
very
king and
useful
queen
skill.
or something like that. What's going on with them?
They've been sending out more guards, and I feel like they've been getting more paranoid of their own people, and the city is starting to become almost like a civil war ground, and I fear that if it gets any worse, that it'll spread, and I think they've become paranoid of other cities too, and I'm just nervous that if this doesn't stop, there's going to be a giant war on our hands from all directions, from within the city and from all directions.
A very uncomfortable situation. We seem to have walked into an even bigger trap before we understood it.
Typical.
Very.
Well, let's make the terms then, right? Let's say we save your city.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
we're the good guys. Yeah, we'll do it. But does that mean that every time we come here, everything is free? Because it better be.
And he like goes and like grabs some papers and starts to like write down all the things that you stated. Yes, I can make that happen for you. Yes.
See, Finley?
No.
I did a good thing, right?
Okay, you asked the sage when the people that we would want to get this from would be the royalty who runs the
Oh
city.
my gosh. You're just never satisfied.
Don't ask a question if it's a trick question.
Also, it's a little bit of a self-serving answer.
Oh, also, you wanted to go to the tavern and start a fight.
No, I wanted to go to the tavern and I wanted to be prepared because fights happen in taverns. Everybody knows that, Finley.
Very standard, yes.
Yeah. And yeah, Tamarack, we're going to do it for the good and all of that. I already said we would do that. But, you know, does good pay bills? Not always. You've been
No,
wearing the same armor since I've known you.
it's
come on.
beautiful. I clean it.
It's gorgeous.
I'm sorry
You
to
could
interrupt.
use another
I'm
color if
so-
you so chose.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm so sorry, but I have written the stakes out for you, and I will make sure they come to pass if you do this. I'm sure the king and queen and the entire kingdom will be so grateful.
Awesome.
Where do we start?
Here, he gives you the compass. Who takes the compass?
I think Skya will, because she is a former pirate, so she likes compasses.
Oh
We'll take a
yeah,
look
by
at
the
it.
way, if you can get Sky a drink right here so we
That
can
would be
steady Sky, that would be great.
I saw those flasks coming up. Like any of them got alcohol in them.
He snaps his fingers and a giant flask of ale appears before you, just kind of floating.
That is a nice ability. Very nice. Thank you.
No problem. So this will guide you. Try to stay out of the streets. Use the different alleyways. This will guide you there. Be safe. I'll stay here and wait. I will know if things change. The crystals will tell me.
And
All right.
contact us the same way you did before.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Sounds like the front line has a job to do. Let's go, Tamarack.
So
Right behind you.
as you all walk out and head at the direction that this compass is taking you, do you heed his words when he says to stay out of the streets and stick to quieter alleys?
I do. I would like to.
Yes.
I'll follow the
Too
group.
as well.
So as you're navigating through the city, can everyone make me a stealth check?
Ooh, I have a disadvantage. That's not good.
Yeah, that's a 2 for me.
It's a 3 for me.
You know what? I'm going to say since you're all doing this together, you're helping each other, I'm going to give you advantage.
Huh. Okay. Nice. 23.
20.
Nat 20.
Nat. Oh, wow. Okay.
That one.
Riot is just quietly being like, I am a shadow and the shadow is me. Just like repeating that over and over.
11.
And 8.
Okay. I'm going to say all that combined and divided, you all succeed. That nat 20 and everything else, that was they saved you.
Yes.
So as you continue forward, you find kind of the opening to the sewer. You've kind of had to like kind of go under bridges and certain things to where there are little owls of water, but you find this big grate that's kind of in front of you to go into the sewer. What do you do?
Is it heavy? Can we lift it?
As you try to pull it, it's like nailed on there. Like it's gonna take some force.
Anyone got a crowbar?
A crowbar. No, but I have my arms.
Nah, I think you
Maybe
can
I could
muscle it.
pull it.
All right. So, as you put your clawed, muscular hands on the bars and try to rip them out, give me a strength check, please.
Awesome. Wait, here, let's do it with a roll 20. Let's do that. Give me good, yeah. Oh wow, it hates me. 11, I guess. Ugh.
And I do believe that you all have a luck. You can use this luck.
Can
on
Skya
it.
try? Because she has pretty good strength too.
Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Go
I
ahead.
struggle.
We'll go on the other
Can
side.
Tamarack take one of his scimitars and try and wedge
Try
it?
it in it.
Give a little like help, like a little boost.
Yeah, I'll give you
Leverage.
advantage, Skya, for that.
Awesome. All right. So first, oh god, that was a crap roll. First is a 12. Oh, I'm rolling the wrong thing. I just realized I'm hitting on the saving throws. I'm supposed to be hitting strength, right? Okay, let me do this instead. All right.
my
So the
God.
first one
I should've
is an
too.
18. Second one is a 23. Okay.
So with the teamwork of you two, him having his scimitar there, and you're just, it comes off and it's kind of if you let it will clatter to the ground. Do you let it clatter to the ground, or do you?
Mm-mm. No,
put it-
we hoist that down.
Gotcha. Okay, you put it down. All right, and you now have your path into the sewers, and the compass is telling you to go that way.
Ugh.
What is is it dark down there? Do we need light?
It's dark in there. There is no light.
All right.
I have no
Riot will go down
plan.
first and cast absorb shadows. So in an area of 15 feet surrounding the spellcaster, so long as one or more light sources are casting shadows, you may absorb those shadows. So does this count since the light from the street sort of is casting a shadow downstairs?
Interesting. Very interesting way of looking at that spell. I like it. I'm going to say yes. So you suck in the shadows and things become clearer. I'm not going to say you make light,
Yeah.
but things become a lot clearer as you move forth.
All right.
So tell me, as you all walk in, what is the marching order?
I will always be first if possible.
Yeah,
So
I'm
now
in the back.
we'll go right behind her, or right behind Jairus.
I'll go behind Skaya to be in the middle of the pack.
Can you tell me again, Tamarek and Vinley?
I'm last.
Okay, Vinley's last, all right?
So then I'm second to last, it sounds like.
All right, sounds good. As you all walk into the sewer, it smells horrible. And especially for you, Jairus, because your senses are so high. You have the stench of excrement, and it's muggy. It's kind of moist down here. It's not a good feeling. As you all walk in, I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Ooh.
I am rolling terribly. That's a 9.
By the way, if you're within 10 feet of me, you get a +4 for aura of protection. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Ooh.
Paladin perks.
13 then.
That makes it a little better.
That doesn't help my natural 1 that I just rolled, though.
Ooh.
18.
22.
Right, has an 18. You got a
I should've
22. Tamarack, you got a 1, you said?
Yeah, natural 1.
Vinley?
21.
21. Tamarack and Skaya. Before I give the results, I am going to say you all do have 1 luck. You started with 1 luck. If you choose to use it or not is up to you.
I'll use it. Just in case.
That's probably a good idea.
You got y'all's luck fast.
+4, so that's 20.
That is a good luck roll right there. Okay.
21.
21. Wow, I'm the nicest DM. You welcome. It's okay.
Thank
Don't
you,
say
thank
that.
you.
This
Until
game
I
ain't
get
over
the luck
yet.
later.
That ain't true.
So as you smell the repugnant odor of this area, it almost makes you kind of woozy. Like you almost start seeing doubles of things and some kind of chemical imbalance. But you strive through it, and you don't have disadvantage for the rest of the game.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
That's luck well spent. Look.
So as you all move forward, you keep following where the compass is showing. It tells you to move down this tunnel, you go there. This tunnel, you go there. Tell me, are you all moving stealthily, or are you just kind of trudging?
I would be trudging.
Oh, if somebody's trudging, I'm trudging. Yeah.
I feel like you have to. It's a sewer. Like you got to raise your legs to just get through it.
I will say in the sewer, like in the center of it is where all like the toxins, the toxic liquids are, and then on either side there's a 5-foot area to walk. So, okay, so you're trudging.
Screw that.
Billy said, "Not today, y'all. Y'all do
Dang
what y'all
right.
do. I'm gonna be in the shadows." I'm going to need Vinley. Can you make me a stealth check, please?
22.
Wow, you was ready for that one.
Yeah.
Okay, 22. I'm done. For everyone else, as you move along, it starts to get really slippery on these, on the floors here. These stone floors. It starts to get sticky and slippery. I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh.
It's a 10.
10 for Skaya. And how about Jairus?
Jairus made a 21.
Wow. Okay. We're going to go to Riot.
13.
13. Tamarack.
24.
24.
Mm-hmm.
And Vinley, did I get you?
19.
Vinley? 19, excellent. So all moving together, except Vinley, who's staying a little bit behind in the shadows. Some of you start to like kind of slip here and there, but you quickly grab each other before anyone goes into the viscous liquid within the sewer. And some of you might start to hear something. Can all of you now give me a hearing perception check? And I'm going to say for Jairus, you have advantage because of your ears.
Excellent.
Would
As
this-
it should.
Would this be considered a swamp?
You know what? I'll give it to you. Yes.
I got a nat 1. Sky is just like, what was in that drink?
Does that include the aura of protection?
If it's
I mean,
a
it's not
saving
one
throw.
either way, but
Ooh. Well, no, that was
Well,
a check, though.
Yeah, it was a check, not a saving
Oh
throw.
no, yeah, no.
Okay.
12.
12 for Riot. Jairus,
A 15.
15. Tamarack
12 as well.
and Vinley.
13.
Vinley and Jairus.
Ah.
You hear kind of like skittering and kind of like far off. Just,
Sounds like rats. Does
Luck-
anyone hear that?
I don't hear
Just
anything.
rats.
No.
it,
Careful
se-
of your feet.
it seems to be coming from different tunnels. However, for the compass, it's guiding you for you, Jairus, because you're right there with the party. You can tell that it's kind of guiding you away from the sounds to a different tunnel. Do you follow?
We should keep safe with this compass. It sounds like there are creatures amongst us.
Got it. Well,
The
let's
compass
keep
pointing in
going.
the direction of where they're saying the skittering's coming from.
The compass seems to be taking us away from the skittering, from these creatures.
I don't hear any
Too
creatures.
bad.
I'll go with the compass. I'm gonna trust the compass.
Okay. As you all keep following the compass, like those skittering sounds get a little bit quieter and quieter as you move forward. Jairus, you're in front. Can you give me a perception check?
Absolutely. An 18.
An 18. Jairus, before you in the darkness, like right outside of Riot's absorbing of it to like help you see better, you see this giant gaping crack in the stone wall. It's a hole rigidly made. Looks like it was forced open.
Ah, everyone, come look at this curiosity. There's a crack in the wall. Looks like someone was down here before us, working away at something. I'd like to go investigate.
Is that where the compass is telling us to go?
It is.
Well, hell, looks like we don't have a choice.
How big is the gap?
The
What do
gap.
I see? Yeah.
The gap is about like medium size for any kind of medium creature.
Ah,
And does it look like it's been chipped away or like one kind of quick crack?
It looks like this hole was made by maybe. Give me an investigation check. You too, Jairus, because you mentioned it.
Ooh, that's good.
let's see if Jairus is good at investigating.
19.
Oh, 16 for Jairus.
Okay. So both Jairus and Tamarack, when you look at this hole in the wall, it looks like it was made with like a hammer, just like a giant hammer. It's very crudely made. And as you look through this hole, you see a hallway. This hallway is different than the sewer that you are in. It's like a completely different make, a different building. You, from as far as you can see in, it has stone tiles on the ground, ancient. There are some openings where you can see like dirt and like kind of vines and things. With your field of vision, you see these statues. They're tall statue pillars, and they're of just humanoid beings of stone, and it's almost like the face is almost like they're wailing, like their mouths are open, their eyes are kind of open and wide, and they just kind of stand there.
Ooh.
And that's what you see within the hole. What do you do?
Frightening. Do you all see this sight? It's very disturbing. We should have asked for a map before we came down here.
Should have asked for a lot of things.
Probably a reward.
I asked for a reward and then I got jumped on by Vinley because it's bad to, get compensated for your work.
Do we all
never wants to just treat himself.
Do you walk in?
Oh, it's big enough for me. Okay.
You're gonna have to like squeeze in there, but you can make it in there.
It looks really peculiar inside. There are these figures. They look like they're almost in fear or pain. Nothing that I can truly understand.
Pretty metal.
Well.
I want to see this too.
All
Right.
right.
Seems like
inside.
everything riot.
I'll walk in.
Okay. So are you just gonna walk in? You're not looking for traps or anything? We're just gonna make our way in there?
I'll look around.
Riot's
But
not
no
looking
trap
for traps.
Cool. Excellent. All right.
Oh,
See-
scare me.
So you walk in, and as you take that first step in, there's almost like this air out of nowhere, that moves your mane, and you all can kind of feel it as well. This wave of just kind of dread in a way. It's a very negative energy. You can tell that this area is, there's definitely something here. It's guiding you to the point of origin of this negative energy.
My fur does not feel right here. It's all on edge.
Do you want me to look for a trap just in case?
Yeah.
Sure.
please.
Go ahead.
Traps. Right, those things.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Anyone who wishes to look for traps as you move forward are free to.
So I ain't gonna waste time. I'm going to cast Find Traps.
Oh!
Yeah. So sense the presence of any trap within range that is within line of sight, 120 feet.
Okay. How long does it last? Is it instantaneous? Does it last a while?
Instantaneous.
Okay. As you do this, kind of like this wave of magic kind of comes from you, and it's like there's these little slivers of energy that's just kind of like bouncing off the walls and off places. You can tell that spirits are looking for you. You get a ping. There is a stone kind of button, I guess you would say, on the ground, and it glows, and then the spirit kind of like bounces and goes to like either walls, and you can see from the light of the spirit that there are holes in the wall, in that area. It's
Got
probably like
it.
a 10-foot area.
Horrifying. Do not step on that, because if you do, you will probably become full with holes.
Do you want to trigger the trap ahead of time?
Uh, do you want to trigger the trap ahead of time? And I
Hey,
take
I'm
2
asking
steps
if
back.
you need me to.
Oh, no, you're more than welcome to. I'm just not touching it.
Such an intriguing trap.
No.
Hmm.
Don't touch it.
Do we need to disable it, or are we just aware of it now?
That is up to all of you.
Is it something I can walk around?
It is. It was kind of set in like kind of like the very middle of the hall. It is easy enough to walk around it.
No,
All right,
ma'am.
well, we can walk around it, but if we end up with a trap that we can't walk around, I can trigger it just if anybody needs us to.
I'm sure. I walk through. I'd like to see. Are we near any of the statues?
Oh yeah, you are. I'm gonna say this is roughly a 20-foot wide hallway, and the statues are just kind of like every like 10 feet or so. There's 2 statues on the wall, 2 statues on the wall, 2 statues on the wall, and and the hall just kind of goes and goes.
What is at the end of the hall? Or can we see the end?
You can't. It's too far away. It's dark.
But the compass is pointing that direction.
It is.
All right.
It's too dark?
Well, I mean, around you, Riot, people can still see. I think like around like 20 feet around you, but beyond that, as far as the hallway goes, it starts to just all be darkness.
As we move forward, is it possible for Jairus to kind of look at these statues and recognize anything?
Go ahead and make me a history check.
Ooh. Jairus, do you have that? Oh, wow, -1. Let's go. Let's see. A 7.
I believe you still have a luck, I think, right? Yeah, you haven't used it just yet?
I'm good.
Okay. As you look at these statues, I mean, they're well made, but they don't look good. Whoever that these statues are depicting look in pain, and their mouths it's a hole. Their eyes and mouths are holes. So it's just blackness.
Since Riot's into this
Garish.
kind of like terrifying stuff, can Riot do a history check?
Go for it.
All right, I got 12.
12. As you look at these statues as well, to add on what Jairus has said, you know that a lot of different temples and priests and monks, they all do things differently, depicting different things that they kind of want their temple to show. So this temple with these statues, you can tell that these are meant to be warnings to those who are not welcome here. It seems like this is not a very welcoming temple to bring in new people. You know that this is just for a very particular group, and that group alone. Which group you don't know, but that's what you know.
Well, that's probably the worst welcome sign I've ever seen, but it gets the point across. It doesn't want us to be here, but when have we ever listened to that?
True.
I get that feeling. Strongly.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, Finley is just like, oh, we're dead.
I guess we just keep going forward.
Can I please have your marching order? Is it the same as when you walked into the sewer, or is it different?
I am always ahead.
Yeah, it's same for me. Right behind.
Same.
All right, so same order.
You know where I am.
Can
Yeah, I do.
Skaya? Can Skaya? She's gonna take one of her crossbow
Mhm.
and cast light at the end of one of the bolts and shoot it down the hall and see what she can see and see how far this hallway goes.
How far can you shoot with your crossbow?
Crossbow range 320 feet.
Oh,
It's 80 and 300. 80 feet and then 320 for like the disadvantage length. But I'm not aiming
Okay.
at anything. I'm just aiming it down the hall.
right. So as you aim it, you just see kind of like this bolt of light and kind of glow as it like races down the hall. You all see images of more statues lighting as the light passes it, and then you see the bolt like fall on the ground. It's too far for you to hear a noise, but it falls on the ground, so it's kind of like twirls, and in that area you see more hallway. But you know what? You see something there. You're way too far to like really see it, but you definitely see like that's near the end of the hallway.
This is a long hallway. Did it hit anything, or did it just like gradually did I just see like the light just gradually descend?
You just saw the light gradually descend and just lighting up what it did when it was close to something.
Okay. Yeah, it's a long hallway, but there's something at the end of it.
Well,
Okay.
I guess let's go see what it is.
Yes, let's go find out.
What does,
All
it
right.
smell, what does it smell like down here?
Garbage.
The further you go, the less of the toxins and things you had in the sewer, but it's still very muggy here. It's very dusty. It's very old. It's stale air, and it just seems like there hasn't been someone here in a long time.
Mm.
And so we have
Gross.
Jairus, our Onyx Lion folk in front. And then we have Skaya right behind him. We have Riot, we have Tamarack, and we have Vinley in the back. As you all move forward, you still get a stronger and stronger sense of that uneasy feeling as you go further and further down the hallway. But after, I'm gonna say maybe 60 feet or so, you start to hear something. It sounds like many moving things at one time. And when I say moving, I mean just like almost buzzing, and just like a great deal of tiny objects constantly moving. But the sound gets stronger than it goes away. And then it gets stronger than it goes away. And then it starts to settle a bit more.
Very peculiar.
As Tamarack looks around, he kind of focuses in, and I would like to use divine sense to detect good and evil, and or evil.
So tell me, how do you cast this? Is it a holy symbol, or tell me how this looks?
Yeah, so he reaches into his little pouch and he pulls out a little reliquary that appears to be filled with maybe salt or sand. It's hard to tell. And he holds it, and it glows for a second, and he takes a deep breath in and sort of smells the air to get this sense of the good or the evil.
Okay. As you do this, you don't necessarily feel a strong pull in any direction, really. Oh, also, can you remind me how many feet that is? Like how the distance?
60 feet.
60
and
feet.
If there is any celestial fiend or undead within that 60 feet and not behind total cover, then I would sense that as well.
Okay. With that, you don't necessarily feel any of those particular entities. but you do feel something. And as you do, it's kind of like you notice that it's coming, that this sense is coming from the statues. As you kind of inspect one of the statues, I'm gonna say maybe you get 10 feet close to it. How close do you want to be to the statue to kind of fill it out?
10 feet is fine.
10 feet? Okay. As you get 10 feet away from the statue, you feel this just pulse of life, question mark? You don't quite know, but you start hearing that sound again. And it gets louder and louder. And as you look at the statue, from the eyes and mouth starts to spew this just swarm of insects. And there's a number of statues around you that are all starting to throw up these swarms of insects. I need everyone to make a roll for initiative right now.
Oh, gross.
Disgusting.
I'm giving the mummy vibes.
Yep.
Scarabs. I got 11.
11 for your initiative. Okay.
16.
19.
16 for Riot. 19 for Vinley.
I got a 2.
Tamarack got a 2. Okay. And just to remind all of our amazing viewers, this is a charity stream. If you want to give anyone luck, you can go to our Tiltify link for Color of Change in our chat, and you can donate anyone luck or potions or anything like that. Fun is coming. And for the last Jairus, what was yours?
A 3.
Oh.
Can't roll dice. Online, you needed physical.
I mean, you do have a luck if you choose to use it. It's on you for initiative.
No problem. We'll use that eventually.
Sometimes you gotta refresh that digital page. It's on bad luck, and then.
Precisely.
All right. So, we're gonna have Vinley. We're gonna have Riot. We're gonna have you, and then 3, and then 2. All right. So as you see all these swarms spew out of the mouths of these statues,
Swarm.
dear friend Solo, could you please put the 10 swarms on the map?
Horrifying.
What kind of insects do we see?
It's very interesting. They look kind of green and brown. They're all kind of moving together, but every now and then they kind of coalesce into this ever fluid moving kind of humanoid aspect before it kind of disperses and goes back to just like its regular cloud of flying, crawling insects. So first up, we have Vinley. What do you choose to do?
Bow in hand, I kind of like grab my drawstring. I hate insects. And I pull my drawstring back, and I'm actually going to, you'll see an arrow that looks to be almost like a long thorn materialize, and I'm going to cast spike growth right in the center of them. So a 20-foot radius centered on a spot within range sprouts hard spikes and thorns, becomes difficult terrain, and when a creature moves into it or within it, it takes 2d4 piercing for every 5 feet it moves.
Excellent. Can we go ahead, if we can, Solo, and put like a square in the center of the map? If we can't, I can just.
He said 20-foot radius. That's the whole hallway, man.
Does it not go further?
Oh, radius. My bad. All right, gotcha. No, you're good. You're good. Perfect. Yeah, so you want them to be.
I just basically want to engulf all of the insects in the swarm that I can in the radius.
Right, and you don't want your friends to be in that radius too, as well, right?
Correct.
Excellent, gotcha. So the middle part of the hallway and on to the right is all just spikes. It all starts to come up. Do you wish to do anything else? Bonus action movement?
I'm moving. Safe back here.
All right, cool. Next up is going to be Riot. What you got?
Alrighty. Just to confirm, there are 2 swarms basically right next to Riot, correct?
Correct.
All right. Riot is going to turn to them, and I'm gonna roll. I have a d20 to figure out what her terrible catchphrase is gonna be before she attacks. All right. You feeling lucky, punk? There's not enough inspiration in the world to save you from this world of hurt you're about to live in. And she's gonna cast Fireball.
Oh my gosh.
Where are you centering the blast?
She is gonna center the blast on the 2 that are in front of her, on the left. So she is going to avoid her friends as well.
Okay.
If possible. 20 feet.
20 feet. So you only, with that fire blast, you only want to attack those 2.
Can I get anyone else? Can I get the 3rd one that's near the red character?
I'm gonna say yes. Yes, you can.
All right, if that's the case, then I would like to lower my initiative to give them a chance to move out the way.
To give your friend a chance to move out of the way?
Yeah, because otherwise I'm gonna definitely hit them, right?
The way that I see it, because you're worried about your red friend. No,
Yeah.
you can place it to where it can only hit those 2 in front of you and that 3rd one right by red.
All right, perfect. That's what I want to do.
All right, and so that's going to be a dex save for the swarms.
15.
Okay, one got a natural 15, and for these 2, let's take a look. Swarms, dex plus 1. The other 2 fail. So I'm going to say the brown one directly in front of you makes it, and the other 2 to its side fails.
All right. That's going to be 36 fire damage.
36 fire damage.
Riot's just cackling, just casting her fire.
So that one only takes 15, that one takes 17. So the one, the swarm in front of you is like, ah! As this fire kind of like engulfs that area, and you start to see like the bits and pieces of its other bugs start to kind of falter away, and it gets smaller. The other 2 swarms of insects explode away and vanish into ash.
I hate insects. All right.
Which one's that?
So the one right in front of red, and the yellow one right to the left of purple. Thank you. Yes.
Awesome. If I go to the right beside red, will the swarm get a attack of opportunity?
On you, yes, they will.
All right, I guess I'll hold my ground then.
Okay. Next up is going to be Skya, and Skya, you do have another luck.
Oh, hey. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you, donators.
Luck for me. Okay. Let's see. So I am the one in the dark blue, right? The indigo blue?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so can I maneuver towards the nearest swarm right by the one in orange? I think in the spike area, and I'm gonna try and do I'm gonna do an attack on it. I'm gonna do a couple attacks with my great sword.
Go for it.
If I can remember how to do that. Let's see. Oh, there it is. First attack. That is an 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Okay. And let's see. That's not within 5 feet of me, is it? No. Okay. Slashing damage. 13 damage.
13 damage to that one. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to do a second attack. Same thing, just going to come from the other direction, but that was a nat 1.
With the second one, it seems like that collaboration of insects knew it was coming, and they fan out where you can just like swipe and hit nothing, and they come back together.
That's gross. That's nasty. That's pretty much it for a turn. She just slashes at things. So yeah.
All right, excellent. So next up is going to be. Actually, wait, you moved. I totally forgot to make a swipe on you, I think. No, that was someone else. Never mind. Next up is going to be Jairus. What you got?
Jairus has seen this infestation just fill the hall, is thoroughly disgusted. Having their hand axes out, I would like to try to make a strike with my hand axes at the swarm right in front of me.
Go for it.
Alright. So, we roll. And that will be... Oh, well, I'm just gonna say that first swipe does not hit. That was a 5.
5 plus what?
Plus 7. Oh, was that 9? I apologize. So 7. I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that misses.
Yeah.
So on your first swing, how do you swing? Are you going like side to side, up and down? Like, what was that swing?
We do a side swing because we like to test the waters.
As if you were hitting through water, the swarm parts up and down as your weapon swipes, and they come back together and kind of form again into almost this very fluid person made of this swarm, and they look at you.
I take another swipe.
Go for it.
If possible. A nat 20 yet again. This is the most.
Hey, okay.
A 27 to hit.
Yeah, I think that makes it through.
All right. So this is 1d6 plus 4 damage, and that is 6 damage to hit with that hand axe. Oh yeah, +1. Look at me. I'll remember that to hit next time. Okay.
So 6 plus 1 because it's a +1 weapon, so 7.
Yes, 7. There we go. I did not mean to roll in there either.
Okay, let's see what else we got. Anything else from you?
It's not like a 5-foot step thing like Pathfinder, right? I can't take a 5-foot step back.
I mean, you can move 5 feet with your movement if you like.
Is that an attack of opportunity?
Oh no, it's attack of opportunity.
Okay, I will stay where I am.
Okay.
Be where I am. Thank you.
And you said this was your first time playing a barbarian, was it?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the barbarian's rage?
Yes, I've been reading on it. I'm excited to use it. I'm trying to be smart about it.
Okay. Cool.
Thank
I like
you.
it.
Thank you for the tip, though.
No problem. All right. So after your swipes, it's still standing there in place, and you can tell that when you try to hit it, since it's so fluid and moving, that even though you did contact, it wasn't a complete contact since they're just ever moving. But you did do damage. Next up is going to be Tamarak. What you got?
Right, so as Tamarak pulls out both his scimitars, he reaches for his small reliquary and points his fist at the bug coalescing in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And as a bonus action, would like to cast Thunderous Smite and then attack twice against the bug in front of him.
Go for it.
Okay, so that first attack, it's going to be 19.
19 to hit?
Yes, 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. That hits hard.
Okay, and then, just rolled a 1 on the damage, so 3, 4, 5. Right? 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5 points of damage. And then the second scimitar hit.
So, quick question though, was that with your Thunderous Smite? Did you roll that damage for it too?
Right. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
3, an additional 9 points of damage. Thank you for catching that.
No problem. So that was 5 plus 9 damage, was it?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And then the second attack was only a 10 to hit.
A 10 does not. As you saw with your friends, the bugs saw that one coming. They didn't like that thunderous hit. Didn't like it. As a matter of fact, when you hit it with the thunderous hit, it kind of like exploded them away from each other, and they couldn't come back together quick enough for you to make that second hit. That's why you missed. But they are now in front of you, just swarming about. Do you wish to do anything else, move or anything?
No, I will stand my ground.
Cool. And now it's their turn. I rolled a natural 1 on their initiative. So yeah. So now it's my turn to have some fun. I'm excited. So let's see what we have here. So I'm gonna have the ones that are in the spike pit. They're going to fly up 5 feet, and I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll that D4 damage because they're moving 5 feet up. Vinley?
That's 7. 7 piercing.
7 piercing, and I think they have to make a dex save. Is that a dex save for them?
No, nope.
Gotcha.
It's basically it's like if they didn't see it, they make a wisdom check. Other than that, it's just the damage moving through it.
Gotcha. Perfect. All right, so they're gonna fly up, and they're going to fly forward. They're going to swarm blue indigo, which is Skaya. 2 of them are going to swarm Skaya, and 2 of them are going to swarm our Goldie Angsty boy. Oh, actually, no. It looks like 3 of them are going to swarm our Golden Angsty boy.
Ready.
And then... I love having all these friends. And then for the ones to the left, I'm going to have 2 of them, those 2 to the left, I'm going to have them swarm our purple tiefling. Or our scarlet tiefling? I forget.
She's red, but the color's
Red.
purple, yes.
Red. There we go. Okay, gotcha.
Color purple.
Okay, so I'm going to start with Riot. Let's see if we can get you. That was a lot of movement on that, but I like the results. So that's going to be plus 3 to hit. 21 to hit you, Riot?
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so that was for the first time. For the second? Does 17 hit you, Riot?
Yep. Her armor class is not that high.
Oh, that's fun. Cool. So that's going to be 2 of these. Oh, no, 4 of these. Oh, my bad. 4 of those and another 4 of those. Not bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 points of piercing damage as they all swarm you and just bite you and just continue to just try to get in any opening that they can. They try to get in your ears, they try to get in your nose. They're all over you and they're just biting you.
Riot is unfazed. Also, quick question.
Yes.
I killed 2 swarms, correct?
Yes, you did. Mm-hmm.
All right, I have Dark One's Blessing. So when I reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, I gain 12 temporary. So I actually have 24 temporary hit points, so it doesn't even phase me.
Well then. That's fun. I like it. Nice. It's time for, we're going to go to Skaya. You have 2 on you. Let's see if they can get you. 18 to hit, Skaya?
Yeah, it hits, yeah.
All right. For the second. 17 to hit.
Yes.
All right. That's going to be 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21 points of damage to you, Skaya.
What kind of damage?
Piercing.
Ouch.
All right, next up is going to be the 3 swarms around Tamarack. All right. So first. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. I'm mad. 19. 22 to hit.
That's a hit.
Second. Natural 20, baby! Ah! I can get excited too. What?
Fair. It's only fair.
Let me see. And I will say also, you can use luck against my crits, and I can use luck against your crits. And you can use your luck for each other. So if anyone wants to throw a luck to make that crit a regular hit, or me to re-roll it, you can do that too. So moving on to the third hit. 18, 19, 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So all 3 hit. 1 is a crit. So we're going to take 8 of these. Ooh, that was a good roll. I like this. Okay, so we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 19, 20, 22. 28 points of piercing damage to you. And then now it's time for me to roll the crit. And the way we like to do crits here on Fable 42, everyone, is instead of rolling the dice and just timesing it by 2, you roll the dice once, and for the second half of the damage, it counts as if you rolled max damage. So let's see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we're starting with 19. Ooh, that's good. Okay, 19, 35 points, another 35 points of piercing damage to you, Tamarack.
That's painful. It's definitely painful.
And they are done. My friend Solo, could you move in the far left, could you move the blue swarm down to purple, please? Thank you so much. And top of the round, Vinley, what you got?
That was ridiculous, and I hate that. No, I'm not gonna do that. So are there still a swarm in the air?
Yeah, they flew up. They took the damage when they flew up out of the spikes, and they flew forward. They're all in the air.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a shot at them.
Go for
it. So that's 25.
25 hits.
All right. For 12 damage, piercing.
12 piercing damage. Okay.
Yep. And it's still good. Still flying around.
The ones that got hurt, they're still flying around.
All right, second shot. 12 total to hit.
12 just hits the swarm.
Let's go. For another 7 points of piercing damage.
Are you hitting the same swarm?
Yep.
All right, so that's going to be... All right, it took it. Now, I'll say that you can definitely see that your arrows, as accurate as they are, they're puncturing, they're like skewering some of these insects, but it's still a swarm, and it's very hard to attack something that's so fluid. You did do damage, but you didn't do the exact amount that you thought you should have done, but you definitely
okay.
Hit.
Understood. Thank you.
No problem. Next up, unless you have anything else, we're gonna move to Riot.
I'll move back a little bit. Move back like 20 feet.
Move back 20 feet. Okay.
20. Just a little bit.
Red. Yeah. Thank you so much. Riot, what you got for me?
All right. She's gonna say, welcome to hell. I'm burning this place to the ground. And she's going to just cast another fireball on those 2 swarms that are on her.
Go for... I'll tell you, because of the placement of Vinley, they'll have to make a dex save too because of the orb.
Oh, well, fine. Hold on.
And I can dismiss the things if that's easy.
Dismiss what things? The spikes? Oh no.
No. You're within my blast radius.
Oh.
Yeah. Man, why'd you have to move? I was gonna cook
Do it.
these things.
Do it anyways.
You gotta love hallway fights. I love them.
Do it anyways.
All right. If you're sure.
You just hear Vinley's voice. Just do it.
Do it. You
Vinley,
won't.
I've never felt more close to you. Fireball.
I believe that.
All right.
All right.
So
Dex save 15.
Ooh.
27.
So Vinley definitely passes. The two swarms in front of you do not.
Yes! Die, fire things. 29 damage.
29 damage. So you open your hands as you say, like, Vinley, I've never been more close to you. And it's like there's just like this sheer joy of you just unleashing your power, even though your friend's right there. And like you just unleash this fire that fills the hallway. The whole hallway is filled with the light of red.
Let's riot!
As those two disintegrate before you. And you, because you saved, you take half damage, Vinley.
Yep, perfect. Easy. 'Cause we got potions.
Do you wish to move anywhere, Riot?
Well, now that they're done, we have the swarms now that are left are between the others, correct?
Correct. They are you can see that they are swarming Tamarak and Skaya.
All right, I want to move slightly towards that upper left pillar so that I have a line of sight for my next move, my next thing.
Okay. Do you want to be like directly in front of the pillar, or do you want to be like behind it, or?
Yeah, I guess that's fine because then I can always move back into range when I need to do the thing.
Sounds good. Awesome. Next up, we're going to go to Skaya. What you got? You're swarmed with all of these creatures. You're kind of like trying to, get them off. You kind of like bump into a statue. You kind of bump into the wall and just kind of like swinging. What do you do?
All right, so I got 2 swarms on me.
Yes, you do.
All right, I'm gonna make a swing with my greatsword.
You're trying to get in your mouth, nose, eyes, and all the above.
Nasty. That's a 12. Does a 12 hit?
12 just hits the
thank
swarm.
God. All right. That is 10 damage, and I would like to spend a superiority die to do a sweeping attack and apply that damage to, let's see, when you hit with a melee attack, you can expend with superiority die to deal damage to another creature within 5 feet of the original target. So I want to damage the target next to me.
Okay.
So I gotta roll my superiority die, which is a D8, right?
I believe at your level it is a D8.
Okay, so just roll a D8. That is 8 points of damage to the second swarm.
Okay.
And that was.
And this was what with what weapon?
My greatsword.
Excellent.
And then that was my first attack, so I'm gonna do another one.
Oh, multi attack. Let's go.
Oh god, that's so bad. Oh no, one misses. What is it with me missing the second attacks every time?
Probably because your first ones are so strong and they like kind of spread out and come back. Probably,
Riot will give her luck to Skaya.
I have a luck. I just want to save it.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Oh,
sure.
Snap. Okay.
All right. I will. Is that just a reroll?
It's just a reroll. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, please. Come on, give me something good. 22.
Oh, that totally hits.
Nice. So that is 9 points of damage, and I'm gonna do another superiority die for a sweeping attack.
So 9 points of damage to that. Okay.
First one, and then another D8. Let's see. That is 2 to the second swarm.
2 damage to the second swarm.
Yeah. And that's it for me.
Okay.
Thank you. So it's 2 dice I used. Okay.
So one of the swarms, even though they're kind of like all meshing together and they're like all over you, with that last hit, half of the swarm is and it gets like kind of splattered on the walls, on the floor, on the spikes that your friends have made, and now you only have to worry about one swarm around you. You have taken out
Yes.
one of the swarms.
Gross.
That's what we like to see. Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
Next up is we have Jairus. What do you got?
Jairus seeing his friends being attacked by these measly, just insignificant bugs, goes into a rage.
Oh!
How dare these things? Who do they think they are? And, I kind of feel that anger build up. I feel that Tamarack is kind of in a dire situation next to me, correct? Like, it's looking pretty.
He's not looking great.
A lot of swarms over here. So I'd like to attack. It looks like it's in front of me, but I'm assuming it's, like, concerned with Tamarack?
It is concerned. Oh, you're looking at the one that is still like swarming your fighter friend. It's right there. It might swipe at you like if you move away from it, but
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to attack that one again. With my rage, +2 melee damage, and I gain that's saving throws and checks, but I do get +2 on damage.
You do.
With certain weapons, and if I'm knocked unconscious, that's not gonna happen. But also, with that, I think there's also something with thundering blows as well. When you turn on your rage, if I damage a creature with a melee, is that a melee or it has to be like a pure No. With weapons, that's still a melee attack, correct?
It is. Mm-hmm, correct.
Awesome. So then I could force them to make a strength. Do swarms make a strength saving throw? I've never thought about that before. Okay. But yeah, there's thunderous blows that I'd also like to do. So if they fail it, it pushes them 5 feet away from us.
Excellent.
And I think that's the only like additional thing that I want to do.
Okay, so go ahead and make those attacks, and then we'll add that in at the end.
Yeah, because we can add, because there's another thing I might do if they're still bugging us later. No pun intended. All right. All right, here we go. Something hit, please. Yes, 13, and that doesn't even include the +1. And for damage now. What do we got for damage? Okay, an 8 for damage, and I want to go ahead and make another strike. For the thunderous blows.
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure I understand how that works. Can I kind of? Because if I use that now, I lost it. If I use that now, that'll basically push them away from me.
Okay, so it's a strength save, yes?
Yes, that's what I was looking for. It's a strength save, I think of 8. I'm just looking for that feature. There we go. There's the feature. Yeah, you just have to make a DC 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my strength modifier. So 8, 11, and then modifier 11, 12. Yeah, 15. You have to make a DC 15.
All right, here we go. Natural 20.
That's fine. That's okay. I'd actually prefer it this way. Okay, good. So they're not shaken by that first one. So I go in for another swipe with my hand axe. Same things. Thunderous blow and my additions. Let's see if I can. Yes, Nat. This is crazy. I need to be taking pictures. Nat 20.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes. So, damage. Is that a well, we don't crit with that stuff. I never checked to see if we can crit with these things. I think it's okay.
Yeah, that's a crit. Whenever you have to roll to hit, you can crit on something and make it like double damage.
Okay. It's so in Pathfinder they give you the exact like number and ranges, so I'm kind of like guessing here. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's a crit. Does that give me 2 die?
So, what's the die damage on that? What's the die?
1d6 plus 4.
So you're starting off with 10 damage because we're going to act like that first roll was a max damage die. So 6 plus 4. You're starting off with 10, so just roll 1d6 and we'll add on to it.
Okay, and then it's also +2 from the
Yeah. So
from the range.
You're
starting
off
with 12. All right, cool. All right, let's just add this damage on. All right, let's go and add on. It's total 14. Yes.
So even though you didn't push it back with your next, you hit it and they splat on your weapon and they all kind of like get blown back by like your roar into the spikes, and that one is now gone.
Yes, and that is that'll be the end of my turn because I don't want to move just yet.
Sounds good. Solo, could you please take the swarm that's directly in front of our lion folk friend off? Thank you so much. Next up is we have Tamarack. After you've been pelted and swarmed with these bugs trying to get into your mouth and eyes and nose and everything, they're trying to get under your armor and get anything that they can up in between your scales. What do you do?
Well, Tamarack knows when he needs to take a break, so he's gonna take his highest healing potion, which was that superior or supreme?
I think it was supreme.
Okay, so that's 10d4. I'm gonna roll that on let's see. So 23 plus 20, so 43 hit points back, which is needed. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself. So I'll have +2 to my AC, going from 17 to 19.
Excellent. Perfect. All right. Next up is the swarms. So let's see what we got here. I'm going to start with the one swarm that is on Skya first. And because they are alone, they don't have advantage to hit you like they did last time.
Ooh.
And I rolled a natural 1.
Good. Good.
Why? Okay. Dice gel. Gone. So that one, they're still trying to like get you and eat and bite anything that they can, but you're like fending them off with your weapon and your magic. Next up, we have the ones that are swarming Tamarack. They get advantage because they are all swarming you. So 1. Oh, that's probably not going to hit. 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 isn't going to hit you, is it?
No, not this time.
Natural 20 will though. I'll take it.
All right. After me.
Last one. Oh, that one ran away. Oh, that one's a good one though. Still. Okay. So the natural 20 hits you, and the 23 hits you.
Yeah, 23 hits.
So you get hit twice by the swarm. That's going to be 8 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 29 points of damage by the swarm.
Is that all together?
That is all together, yes.
Okay.
Do you need me to give it to you separately?
Nope.
Okay. And are you concentrating on anything, by the way? Concentrating on this?
I will have to make a concentration.
Give me 2 concentration checks. Just roll at least a 2.
First roll was let's see, 10, and then same exact roll.
Okay, awesome. You make your concentration checks. One more thing, I did forget to add in the crit damage. So on top of that, sorry, my bad. I forgot the crit damage. On top of that, 8, 6, 16. You take an additional 16 points of damage.
Okay.
All right, top of the round, Vinley. What we gonna do?
None of this is good.
No.
All right. Well, I just saw them attack Tamarack. It doesn't really matter which one. I'm just gonna fire one of them in front of him.
Go for it.
Just to try and give him a little bit of breathing room. So a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 9 damage.
Okay.
Second arrow.
Go for it.
18 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For another 8, but because I know this one has been hit, there's an extra 1d8 because of Colossal Slayer. So they take 6 more points of damage. So it was an 8 and then 6 more.
For Colossal Slayer, is that only for large creatures or is that just in general?
Large and smaller.
Oh, cool. All right. So which one did you attack? I'm sorry.
The one right in front of Tamarack.
Gotcha. All right. So on the very first hit, that one goes down.
Perfect.
And for your second, for your second one, which one would you have aimed for? The ones that are that we have. Right
well, there's another one that's right near him, isn't there? From what I'm looking at on screen.
Yes.
That one then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that
I'm
one
a little
takes
worried about him.
that damage.
He's taking it down.
All right, that one is still up, but that swarm, after you hit it, it looks smaller. It looks semi-pathetic now, trying to keep itself together. Do you wish to move anywhere?
No.
All right.
No, I'm safe here.
Are you?
Don't you? I'll fight you.
Riot, you're up next. What's up?
Nobody messes with Tamarack but me. So Riot's gonna get from behind the pillar. And how many swarms are left?
On Tamarack, 2.
All right, perfect number. She's gonna move within range and she's gonna cast Eldritch Blast, and she has 2 beams.
Okay. All right. Go ahead to see if you can hit the 2 that's on Tamarack.
This is a 25 hit?
Yeah. I would say so.
Sweet. All right. 14 damage.
14 damage to that one. As that bolt kind of burns them. What color is your Eldritch Blast?
Oh, purple.
Purple. I'm with it. With that purple energy, it's almost like even though it hit them in one area, they all explode individually, making kind of like a mist in the air. For your second one.
I need to roll both. Okay.
Well, because I feel like with different Eldritch Blasts, they have to roll separately, yeah?
I know I just get 2 beams at 5th level, and I can direct the beams at the same target or different. Yep, make a separate roll for each.
Okay, and what was that second roll?
13.
13 hits.
Oh, wait, sorry. I didn't realize I have to do the...
Oh, actually, you don't, unless you rolled more.
Yeah, no, I was giving you the damage. I didn't roll again to hit.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I have to roll separate for damage. So the second damage was 13.
Oh, yeah. You hit the one that was looking even more pathetic, that was right directly in front, and they just kind of vanish in a light of purple. So now there's 1 swarm left by Skaya. And now we go to Skaya.
Gonna do some attacks. All right. Great sword. Oh, that is a 10 for the first one. That doesn't hit, does it?
Can I ask you what you rolled on the die?
I rolled a 2 plus an 8. Wait, no, it's damage. Never mind. I have great weapon fighting, but I think I can only reroll 1s and 2s on damage, not the actual attack.
Gotcha. Okay.
1 because our weapons are magic.
I have a +1 greatsword already in here. Yeah, but I get a second attack, so I'm gonna try again. Come on, Give me something good this time. Hey, that was good. That was good. All right, 25 on the second one.
All right, that definitely hits.
All right. That is 13 damage.
Because it's resistant to slashing damage, it only takes 6. However, that's enough. With one slash, it's almost like you hit all of them with one slash. It's very interesting. You do this one wide swipe around you as they're all surrounding, and your party, they just see kind of like this light of a blade just kind of hitting all of them, and they just fall into pieces, bits of wings and this and that just kind of hit the ground, and all the swarms have been defeated.
Ugh, that was nasty.
Nice.
Disgusting.
Yeah, that was
Foul
horrible.
creatures. I take my foot and I squish one into the ground.
They make a nice popping
awesome,
sound when you
Skya.
step on them. Thank you.
And with that squish by your foot, we're gonna go on our break. We're gonna do a 15-minute break so we can go walk some dogs and eat some snacks. Everyone in the chat, let's see. We have a giveaway. It's gonna be a video game giveaway during the break. Type in change in the chat to enter that raffle. The code is change. Good luck all. We'll see you soon. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. BJ Jimmy, congratulations. You have won the video game giveaway. Good job. Good job. Congrats on that. You can enter our Discord. We're going to put it our link below in chat. Enter our Discord and hit up Chris Solo. He's going to be the one who's going to be giving you your winnings. Congrats. This is a charity stream for the Color of Change. Any and all donations really help. What the players are about to face right now, it's going to be a doozy in a fun way. So you can see our Tiltify down below. Once you get there, you can click the rewards button and it will show you potions, luck, and other things that you can purchase with your donations for these players. If we reach 1,500, we will be giving away a D&D book of your choice, physical copy. So help us get there so we can get you that book and help make a change within this community and for all other communities alike. So we can jump back in. So after squashing the bugs, literally, in this temple hallway, the noise dies down. Vinley's spikes kind of go back into the ground and all is calm. But you start to feel this kind of pulsing down the hall. Down the hall where you still see Skaya's glowing bolt on the ground. As you walk forward, this pulsing kind of gets stronger and stronger. You start to see these like little tendrils or something the closer you get to the bolt. Once you pass it, about 15 feet away, you see this immaculate arch doorway. It is covered in runes and symbols of an unknown culture. Again, you can see these statues with wailing faces looking back at you from this archway. You look around and the tendrils that are going into the doorway are red with a core of black, just slowly drawing in things. And you can feel a very negative power. Even those of you who are not magic based, you feel it. It draws you in and it kind of makes you unhappy. It kind of makes you rageful in a way. Like you feel that sense of deep, dark emotion kind of build within you slowly. Do you go through the archway?
Do they have krakens on land?
I've never seen a kraken strolling about, but this fills me with equal anger.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Would you like to go first then, Vinley?
Sure, why not?
Before we go, would we like to take a short rest, perhaps?
Yes, or at least let me drink this other healing potion.
I'm going to ask you, Riot, to make a wisdom or intelligence check.
$20, not nat.
Okay. So, as they say, can we get a short rest in first? You feel this sense that because of this deep, dark feeling, you won't be able to relax, and no one will be getting a short rest.
Skaya's gonna down a quick potion then. Just gonna take my potion of healing.
Okay.
I'll take my greater potion.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Let me know whenever everyone's all healed up from their potions, and we will move forward.
I'm good.
Okay.
Good to go.
Cool. Who wishes to be the one, or more, it could be teamwork. I mean, they're huge doors. Who wants to open? All right, I see Vinley. You will open them alone?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I will help.
Hey, here we go.
Jairus will bring peace to the party.
Let us die together.
Give me a... I'm going to ask for a athletics check from you both.
Much better. 7.
Nice. Solid.
17 for Jairus.
You're almost twinning.
Yeah.
So,
Much better.
as Vinley was the one who just stepped up and start pushing, like, let's just go. They start to open in front of you, Vinley. But then you look up and you see the hulking hands of your Onyx lion friend above you, opening them.
Okay, that makes sense. I was shocked.
Hey, I'm appreciative that you took the effort. You're really getting into this. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I have just reserved myself to the chaos.
Very admirable.
As you all walk in, you see this temple before you, old and ancient as the hallway that you just left. You see, actually, because your absorb shadows only go so far. Who has dark vision, and if you do, how far can you see? Okay.
60 feet.
Same. Yes.
Okay. So from your point of view, you can see the first portion of this room. You see pillars kind of going up into the darkness. You see rubble from different archways from the right and the left that have been collapsed in. Stonework that's been old and broken. And right in the center, before everything goes out of your vision in darkness, you see in the center of the room this black obelisk with inscriptions and ancient runes written on it. Below the obelisk, like kind of like leaning on it, is a stone tablet. And you can see that the black and red streams of energy that's been like kind of sucking inward, you can see that it's all going towards the obelisk in that tablet. And another thing that you see, like near the front portion of this obelisk, is a body on the ground. As you walk forward, it's almost like it's kind of drawing you in, the power of this suction, and you feel very, very uneasy as you look around. The darkness that Riot has been absorbing kind of to help you see dissipates, and so now you're in total darkness. Only Skaya and Jairus can see within 60 feet now. Everyone else is pitch blackness. Glowing writing from the obelisk starts to kind of move down, almost as if inscribing the glowing red inscriptions along the ground and along the walls. The statues in the corners of this temple, their eyes glow red. You hear, "Yes,
No. No, thank you.
And as you look around to see where the voice is coming from, it seems that there's no particular direction. This is kind of coming from all ways, but the tablet and the structure before it is pulsing red, and you all start to get flashes of the kingdom, like little bits of memory. The girl screaming and running, people being thrown out of their homes, the soldiers attacking the people of the streets. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Are we fighting the
Very
tablet?
brave to hide in the dark. I do not approve. Jairus
Ooh,
is
19.
unpleased.
11.
11.
All right.
Riot's a fan of chaos, but this is the wrong kind.
Riot is an 11. Vinley is an 11. What did you get, Skya?
I got a 19.
19 for Skya. Jairus?
An 18.
18 for Jairus. Tamarack?
8.
8. All right. So. Oh, sweet. I like the way that landed. I like it. Okay. So, at initiative count 20, the tablet that has been resting on the obelisk pulses. Poof, poof, yes, poof, yes, poof. And all of the streams of black and red kind of swirl around it and kind of grow and grow. You see this being start to come out of these structures. It is large, it's red, it has 4 arms, it has wings with spikes. It pulls itself out of the ether with all the siphon of the negative power that has been taking from the kingdom above, and it looks at you. Finally, I am free.
Dad? Is that you?
We need to take time to have this family reunion before we run into each other like this.
It looks at you. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
It looks at you all with these eyes of pure rage. And it comes straight forward. It starts to kind of swing itself with all of its arms. You see almost like a torrent, like moving comets around it as it comes straight forward the party. And it is going to attack 3 people in front. So that's going to be the yellow, orange, and red. So let's see. Ooh, I like that one. That's gonna be a 25 to hit yellow.
That's a hit. Yep.
Excellent. That's gonna be a 24 to hit orange.
That hits.
And for red, 23 to hit red.
You went descending order. I'm gonna just let you have this. Yes, that hits.
All right, so for this, it's going to be 2 of these. All right, so we're going to start with yellow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20. That's going to be 20 points of damage to you, Tamarack. And then to our Onyx Lion, it's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's going to be 20 points of damage to you. And then for red, as it kind of charges forward, there's more power behind its blows for you. So that's going to be 1 of these and 3 of these. Okay, so that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 23 points of damage to you, Vinley.
Disgusting.
And it's going to stand there. Chris, can you move it? Well, no, it's fine. It's perfect. It's going to stand there right before you in a rage and roar out. First up is going to be Jarrus with an 18.
Absolutely. As this monster approaches us and begins its attack, as it attacks us, does it seem as though it is drawing its strength from this portal? Does it seem bound in any way, or is it just released into the space? Is anything pulsing?
You can definitely... Ooh. Barbarian. I'm going to need you to make me an intelligence check.
Yes. Let's see if we can string those words together. A 4. It does not happen. Okay.
So as you look on to see if there's like any connection between this, it seems to you like it was just an opening for it to come through.
Okay. So immediately being inundated with these arms, I go to try to hack away at them. And my first... It's my rage. It's been more than a minute, right?
It's been more than a minute.
Good. Okay, good. So yeah, I want to just start with my trusty hand axes. I want to try to cut away at it.
Go for it.
So let's do that. Does an 18 hit? 19. As a 19 hit.
A 19 hits.
Awesome. Okay, so that is 5 damage. Oh, 6 damage.
6
plus
damage.
ones.
Okay.
And then I go to hack at it again.
Okay.
All right. That is a 21. So that hits.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 11 damage this time.
11 damage.
So that is what I do as I size up this disgusting thing that is sprouted from this portal.
Excellent. Any movement you choose?
Staying in my ground.
Excellent. I made a mistake. Actually, Skaya, you rolled a 19. You were supposed to go first. I'm sorry.
Right.
The very first thing you do, you have a D4 advantage from me.
Ooh.
And you are the one who is holding the compass. As you look at your compass, it is telling you straight forward. It's going like past the creature that's just been summoned, and it's telling you it's aiming you straight for the center of the room. Like it's like if a spirit or whatever, if it could be angry, it's like there.
It's like vibrating. Okay,
Yes.
cool. In that case, I am going to skirt around this creature, and you said that there is like a tablet there.
That's correct. It's on the floor, leaning on it.
Can I first try to see if I can read what's on it, like the language? Do I recognize the language?
What languages do you speak?
Good question. Celestial and Common.
As you look at it, there are hints of Celestial, but it's so rigidly written that you can't make it out. You may see certain words like them, or altar, or ye, but you can't make out it.
Whoever wrote this is terrible. And I'm gonna try and strike the tablet and see if I can do any damage to the tablet.
Go for it. Roll to hit.
With my great sword.
And also, thank you for your donations. We have a Supreme Healing to Tamarack, and we have a regular potion to Riot.
Nice. I have the 23 to hit.
Hits. Damage.
Damage. That was 14.
So, what do you hit it with? Your sword? Your great sword?
Yeah, my great sword.
As you come down with it, there is an explosion of energy. I need you to make a dex save.
Oh no.
Do I get to add that? Was it advantage or whatever you gave me to that?
D4 inspiration from me. Yes.
D4. Yeah, I'm probably gonna need it. It's a 7. You know, I'm gonna do it anyway because might as well. Might as well use it now.
Are you within 10 feet of me? Because it's +4.
I moved. I moved around the other side. I'm up at the obelisk, so I think I'm outside the range.
Yeah.
So that would be a 19 with the inspiration.
19 damage. As you come down, there is oh, wait. That was your dex save. So with 19, there's an explosion of red energy, and you kind of feel like this urge to just hate and attack anything, but you shake it off. You like will through it, and you only take 5 points of force damage. Psychic damage. Psychic damage.
Any damage to the tablet?
When you look at the tablet, you do see a small crack. You did affect it. Anything else you wish to do?
That was my first attack. So
that was your first attack.
I'm gonna do it again.
Go for it.
Might as well try it. Hopefully I can resist whatever hatred is coming out of that thing. 17 a hit?
Hits.
Ooh. 15 damage.
You come down again. Dex save as another explosion of red negative energy spews out from it.
21.
Excellent. You get that hint of rage and animosity again, but you shake it off and you only take another 5 points of psychic damage. Anything else?
How's it looking now?
The crack has gotten larger.
I'm gonna use my action surge.
Go for it.
So question,
Yes.
with my action surge and my extra attack, do I get 2 more attacks? Or just one?
Yes, you do. You get 2 more attacks.
Yes. Going for it.
Go for it.
Light him up.
25 to hit.
Hits.
10 damage, but I get to reroll ones.
Go for it.
So that is a d6. So that's what was that again? That was 4, 5, 9 plus 5, 14.
The crack gets bigger. I need you to make a dex save.
Dex save.
With every hit, there's an explosion of red.
I got a 12, but I'm gonna use my actual luck this time to reroll that one. 16.
16. Have you used that D4 I gave you?
I did.
You did. Okay. The DC was 17. So you're going to take 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
But the crack... Huh?
Could they use my luck?
They could.
Would you like to try again? I'm absolutely down to save you.
That was a luck roll. What did I just use luck on that one? Yeah, I used luck on that one. So
you can use another.
Take mine.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Here we go again. Come on. 17.
You just made it. So you only take 5 points of damage from that attack. Psychic damage from that attack.
All right.
And like with that hit, there's like an explosion of kind of like debris, and like there's sparks in the tablet, and you can see that it's kind of like getting kind of wonky, and the obelisk before you is kind of like shifting in a weird way that it was not before. Anything else?
I think I have one more attack.
Go for it.
I got the last one. That's 11.
11. As you hit it, there is just a red force field appears that you've been kind of cutting through, but you couldn't cut through at that time, and it does not contact.
All right. I'm just like, I'm pretty sure this tablet is the source of that thing. Someone want to help me with this? I'm kind of hurting a little bit. All right, and that's it for my turn.
Excellent. Thank you for your donation. We have a supreme healing. No, we have a supreme healing potion to everyone.
Ooh.
And 2 luck to everyone.
Ooh. Damn. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Bless you. Thank you.
Bet.
All right.
Gesundheit.
We about to be reckless.
And again, if we hit our goal of 1,500, we're going to be giving away a physical D&D book of your choice. Has to be U.S. or Canada, excluding Quebec, I believe is the thing. So yes, thank you. Okay. What else do we have? Next up, Vinley.
All right. I'm going to use a bonus action to cast Zephyr Strike. So my movement doesn't provoke attack of opportunities, and I can give myself advantage on one weapon attack on my roll.
Go for it.
And the creature has been injured already, right?
It has been hit a number of times.
Cool. I just need to make sure. I thought so, but I was like, let me just make sure this thing isn't splitting into a bunch of different babies. So I'm going to just move a little bit away, and I'm going to fire my first shot.
Go for it.
My bow.
Oh, Solo, could you please move Blue to the obelisk? And where would you like to go, Vinley?
Let's see. It honestly doesn't matter. Just a bit away from the creature itself.
Okay, sounds good.
That's all. Yeah, perfect.
I can see a little tap right above that, so I can remember that. Perfect. All
right. So then the first attack is with advantage. Cool. 30.
You know what? 5, 10. You were within 10 feet of it before you left. It's gonna take an attack of opportunity against you.
It can't because
Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
30 hits. 30 hits.
Okay, so this thing is gonna take a chunk of damage. 13 for the base, plus 2d8, 1d8 for the Colossus, and another d8 for Zephyr Strike. So a total of 19 points of piercing.
Okay.
And then just my second attack, 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
All right, so that's a miss. Good enough. I got the first one. That's all I needed.
The first one, after you did the first and you did the second, like look back and kind of like caught your arrow and broke it. So before we go to the next one, it's going to do an action in between. It is going to kind of reel in pain as the tablet was struck 4 times. It's going to turn around and look at you. Skaya, you have gotten its attention. No! And it's going to ram you, and it's going to have like all of its fists and claws out. It's like a swirl of rage. It's going to go straight forward. It's going to ram you into the opposite wall. So firstly, I'm going to need a strength saving throw from you.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, that was almost a natural 20. I'm mad. But it's
13.
13 fails.
I'm gonna spin my luck. Spin one of my lucks.
Go for it.
Go for it. All right. So let's try this again. Come on, give me something good. Ooh, better. 23.
23 makes it, so you do not go prone. But does it hit you with 20 to hit?
Yeah.
And again, 13 to hit?
13 misses.
All right, and for the last one, 20 to hit again.
Jeez. Oh, yep.
All right, so here we go. 2 of these. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 damage on the first hit. Ugh. And for the second one misses you, but for the last one, since it did its charge at you, let's see, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 29 points of damage for the second hit.
I'm down.
You're down. That was its one of its legendary moves. We're gonna go now to Riot. You saw this just attack your friend when it hit the tablet. What do you do?
Dang. Now that you're down, it's like, I need to kind of make sure it doesn't just keep wailing on you. The tablet. The tablet is the thing in the center, correct?
Correct.
All right. I think based on that, I'm going to just... Am I allowed to do like a sort of meta like party discussion real quick?
I'm gonna say one sentence.
Okay. Priority: Skaya or the tablet? Thoughts?
Do the tablet. She whispers from beyond.
From beyond.
Probably.
All right. Well, the dead have spoken. We're gonna Eldritch blast it. 2 beams at the tablet.
Go for it.
All right. 21.
Hits.
9.
9 misses. That.
All right. I'm gonna use my luck and do it again.
Okay.
22.
Hits. Damage.
Uh, 12 in total.
Perfect. Those bolts fly from you and collide into the tablet. You hear this being of rage yell out, "Nah!" as the tablet explodes. No one was close to it, so no one needs to make a saving throw. But the creature begins to, you can see its energy begin to fall apart as you have cut its tether, and it's going to look at you three. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah. As my bonus action, I'm going to cast. I'm going to cast Searing Smite. So the next time you hit the creature with a melee weapon attack, my weapon will deal 1d6, and at the start of each of its turns, it must make a con saving throw. If it fails, it'll take 1d6 fire.
Understood. With that, it's going to look back at the end of your turn. The creature is going to come straight forward to you three. Who's next? It's going to be Temarek. What do you do?
Yeah. So is it close? Is it here on the?
It's coming to you right now. It's about to be in your face, so you can do an attack.
I will make an attack then. Yeah.
Go for it.
The first one's going to be a 15.
15 misses. Next.
Okay. Second attack is going to be an 18.
18 hits.
Okay. Damage for that is going to be 9 points of damage altogether.
With that, the last in the party, it comes at you as it's like falling apart. No! You do. You miss with the first one, then you come back with an uppercut for the second, and it's like it disperses almost like into this red energy, and it explodes in the entire temple room, and everything starts to collapse and start to fall down on you. With all of its attacks, some of the debris from another one of the archways has opened. You can grab your friend and you can bolt and get out of there.
Yeah, I'm gonna run to Skaya, and as we're running, I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on her. So she'll become stable while we're going.
Excellent. I don't know if you have already, Chris, but can you take us to the RP screen? Thank you so much. So Skaya comes back up. You all are like running out of the temple with all these rocks and stuff coming down on you, and you can hear the sounds of this creature. No! 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 As you're running out, and you just like kind of have to go through different tunnels and jump over certain things. You know what you've already been through in another tunnel. You make it out into the sewer. There's this cloud of debris that fills the sewer. You're all coughing, and you're like trying to make your way out. The compass is now a different color. It's a light blue, a more gentle, and it's like guiding you out. You follow the compass. I need everyone to make a Constitution save in the fog coming out. What do we get?
24.
Excellent.
I'm using luck.
Go for it.
I'm using another luck.
Go for it.
Same.
26.
10.
Remember those +4s to everyone who's within
14.
All right, I'm gonna use one of my dark one's own luck because both of them suck, and I'm gonna use physical dice.
Excellent.
All right. Physical dice is better. 13.
Excellent. All right. I believe that is actually high enough because the DC was only 10 for this.
Oh,
Regular
thanks.
fall. You all make it out, and you're now like out of the sewer, and you're like kind of like coughing as you come out, and you don't feel that same negative energy, and you hear in your head, "You did it! You did it! It's better! It's gone! It's gone!" You step up, and you look at the city, and you see people are starting to apologize and say sorry, and people are like helping people up. There was a battle in the streets that you didn't hear when you were down below. People are wrapping each other and helping each other. And in a flash, you see the gnome appears before you. Thank you. Thank you. And everyone kind of looks over at the sage, and they look over at you, and they kind of like grasp onto their chest. I didn't know. I didn't know. I'm sorry. And everyone is just saying, their condolences for the fallen and everything that's been happening here when you were down below. And you see a very old man come up. The sage has told us what you've done. And he looks over at the sage and he like kind of rubs his head. I wish it was just in a letter though. And he's like, huh, huh. It seems like he sent out a signal throughout the entire town. And he looks at you all. What are your names? Tell us.
I demand reward booze first. My name is Skaya.
The gnome clicks his fingers and there's 2 cups of ale in your hands.
Gulp.
Name's Riot Whiptorn. And yes, I'm awesome.
I'm Jairus, and I believe we need to be paid very handsomely for our troubles.
I believe the deal was free stuff. I remember that the deal was free stuff everywhere.
I think it was free stuff.
And they look to Tamarack. And
Tamarack, by the way, and yeah, I remember free stuff somewhere in the mix.
And they look at Vinley.
You can call me Thomas, but there's a lot of crew. They're absolutely bonkers. Gonna get me killed if I keep acting like I am the person around them.
Oh,
okay.
Thomas.
Okay,
Finley.
Finley.
Do not jest your jokes.
And they just say, "Hear, hear for Thomas. Hear, hear for Tamarack. Hear, hear for Riot. Hear, hear for Jairus. Hear, hear for Skaya." And they all come and they give you just like the biggest hugs. They're starting to just give you things. They're giving you money. They're giving you
Let's party
tapestry.
until
They're giving
we
you
die!
everything. And with that, you all have saved this kingdom from the hatred that tome down below has been siphoning to get strength. You have changed this town for the better, and now it can go back to its peaceful, loving town. You have won. Thank you all so much for being here, all my amazing players. Thank you, viewers, everyone who donated, who shared the link, who offered such support to us. We love you. I appreciate you. Let's give one round of where everyone can find you. And if you're doing anything fun coming up, any fun projects, let us know. We're going to start with Jairus.
All right, no problem. Hi, I am Chelsea Bites, aka Jairus, your Onyx Lion Folk Barbarian of the day. And you can find me everywhere on Chelsea Bites. I also moonlight as Ariel the Mermaid, a fishy warlock on Damsel's Dice and Everything Nice every Saturday on Pixel Circus. Also, we'll be starting up my own solo show for the Walking Dead universe this Monday. So it's going to be really cool. We'll be breaking down the new premiere episodes. Really, really excited to see you there. So check us out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Next up is Tamarack.
Yeah, I'm Luke, and you can find me on YouTube and Instagram at NerdcraftHQ, where I build some cool stuff and make nice videos about the hobby in general. And pretty soon here, I'm going to be on a D&D live stream that's going to be a long campaign called the Arcanum, and that's going to be at the Dungeon Master's Diary here on Twitch. So just Dungeon Master's Diary, on Twitch.
Excellent, nice. We're going to go to Riot.
All right, awesome. Once again, I'm Sydney Adams, and you can find me on at Rainy_Fro, RAINI_Fro on Twitter. I am, once again, a game designer, and so one of the products that we just released in addition is Black is Magic. And so if you're really interested in that project, all the proceeds go to Black Girls Code, which of course is, as the words say, it's helping Black girls code. So, check out my page for anything related to my projects that are happening at Wizards.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Skaya.
Hi, I'm Sonny at Mistress Verse on Twitter. You can find me DMing tomorrow night for Plot Hunters on Twitch. And I also play with Indoor Recess. We finished up our Mythic Odysseys of Theros campaign earlier this month, and so we're starting a new campaign at the end of March. So keep an eye out on Indoor Recess with 3 S's on Twitter, and we'll have all sorts of announcements.
Thank you so much. Last but not least, Vinley.
Hello, so I'm Gabe. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, doing all kinds of stuff. Just announced that I'm going to be doing a panel on puzzles for Gish, the Great International Scavenger Hunt. I'm raising money for charity for a nonprofit about kidney donations. I'm going to be doing some streams about that. I agreed to horror streams, which is a terrible mistake because I'm a chicken. I played Phasmophobia, and it was literally twice, and then I have not touched it again. But that's sadly in my future. So yeah, just check out on socials and doing all kinds of stuff.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I have been your humble DM, GW. You can find me on IG and Twitter at GW005. You can also catch my voice on Clarion Dawn, which is a sci-fi audio drama. I voice Samir, which is an interesting poet engineer in space. So you can check that out either at ClarionDawn.com or any of your favorite podcast platforms. And thank you all so much. We are only $270 away from our goal. If we hit that goal, we are going to be giving away a D&D book in our Discord. You can still share that link and get more. Also, in our following shows, tomorrow morning, we have Duke City Chronicles at 8 a.m. And then later on at 6, we have a Vault. And then on Sunday, we're having another fundraising event stream that starts at 8 for this channel. And on Monday, we have the Legends of Shah-Gal, which is our regular Monday weekly campaign. So you can check that out there. So thank you all again so much. Am I missing anything? We're going to be running the stream on rerun right after this. So you can still donate. And in the chat, we can still call that winner to get that D&D book. Thank you all so much. You have a fantastic night.
Thank you. Bye.